All right, last thing. Oh, great, last one. That's a depressing last question right there. All right, is depression a lack of faith? I would say in the vast majority of the cases, the answer to that is no. I think most of the depression that we're experiencing today, and many of you know that depression is just rampant in our culture. It's more rampant than it has been for many years. And I think most of our depression that we experience is a chemical imbalance. It's a medical issue. My personal opinion, this is not Christ Community opinion or like our denomination's opinion, but my personal opinion is I think there are an awful lot of food and nutrition issues that are emerging in our culture right now that are actually driving the depression that we have to see. I think a lot of the isolation that we experience by having people that live in their air-conditioned homes and watch their TVs and work on their computers and they're not in community, I think that's destructive to the psyche as well, and that leads towards depression. And there are a number of factors that drive people towards depression. And sometimes medication can be real helpful. Sometimes changes in exercise and nutrition can be very helpful. But I'm going to talk about the other percentage of the time as well. And that other percentage of the time is when people have a spiritual issue. I think sometimes people have spiritual issues because they don't have any hope for the end of their lives. They say, hey, when I look at this world is an absolute wreck, and I have nothing to look forward to. There's an entire group of people who say, you know what, I'm giving myself to an atheistic-based worldview, nihilism or existentialism or humanism. And what that does is it strips all of the meaning out of life, and all of the hope for your future is gone. Because if all you are is just a blob of goo that got lucky and evolved into what we see today, then your life has no meaning. You're just a random group of biology and electrons that are firing here and there, and you're not headed in any particular direction. Strips life of its meaning, strips hope for the future, and when you have neither of those things, it is really easy to slip into a depression, a spiritual depression. And so in those cases, I would say, man, you need to invite the light of the world into your life. You got to invite Jesus in to explore those dark places and to make a huge difference. You've got to ask for God to deliver you from the hopelessness that you've been from. There are some Christians that will do that as well, and they need some kind of prayer to help deliver them from the darkness that they have as well. But the solution in both of those cases is to turn to Jesus. I think it's important for us not to paint depression with an easy, simple type of a brush. There's lots of factors that would contribute to it and lots of things you can do to move towards a solution. But I'll tell you what, if you're in depression, it never hurts to press towards Jesus. It's always a move in the right direction. And we've got some folks here that are in our prayer room, and we've also got a ministry on Tuesday nights that helps people to work through those things. I'd encourage you to get connected in those so you can get much deeper issues or much deeper answers than what I could answer in 2 minutes today.